Welcome to the model aeroplane and model yacht building enterprise of Peter Jackson, and Peter Shepherd's on the video today. We're going to do some wing skinning, or if you like, skinning of a hull for a wee nip. And as you can see, we've got some wing skinning glass cloth, which is very light, all draped over, ready to go. So we're going to mix up the epoxy, which we already put the hardener in. And as a well-known American would say, you keep mixing this for 2 minutes and then do it another 2 minutes more. We won't do that long, because it'll be mixed anyway. One of the problems with doing it in this sort of temperature is it won't go off, so we have to sneak it in the house in a little bit. So that might be a bit of fun. You can stop it. We're going to start now. We'll just get some polyester on the brush, and we've raised the hull off the bench, and what we do is we just stipple it until we've got a bond. We do the bottom first, we do the complete bottom, and then we'll work around the sides. To pick up any of these fibres. I suppose you'll be laughing your heads off at this now. It never goes well when you video it.
You didn't tell me that when I volunteered my vote.
Okay, you can stop.
So how long before the resin goes off?
Well, it should take about a couple of hours.
Alright, you've got a bit of time to put the stuff on then.
Oh yes. You can play with it until your heart's content. But one of those things that you should get it on and then leave it really is the secret. So that's the bottom done. So we'll go to the sides now. And if you want to come round.
So you're starting from the middle, yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking outwards. And as you can see, the material is draping quite nicely and following the contours of the bolt. Well, I've got my fingers on it. Just need to do it again. Right. On the other side, I'll go work from the middle again, and any air bubbles we'll deal with later. We'll get the major part of it done.
What sort of resin is it we're using?
Polyester this is. It sounds easier than epoxy, wet sand with wet and dry paper. But you need a second coat on this when it's dry. So the process is we do the bottom, let it dry, then we'll trim it, and I'll show you how we trim it later. And once we've trimmed it, we can then turn it over and do the top and the transom all in one. So basically we're going to have a structure which is being encapsulated by the fiberglass. It strengthens up the hull. It does increase the weight, but we have set a weight which is quite high, up 15,157 grams is the minimum weight for the whole boat, sails, radio, ready to put in the water, in other words. And the idea is that each boat then is very similar, same performance, so basically it's all down to the skipper and the tactics used by the skipper to get a good result on the race.
Okay, say that again.
One of the things you've got to remember when you do this is you get sticky. And it doesn't have to be perfect, as they say.
It does, it's my boat.
Right. Get these bits out now. Okay, so stop at that. Right, this is a very important tool. It's very important that you get a piece of very flexible plastic in this case, and it's from Baby Co, which I used to consult for. Not that they ever took any bloody notice. So now what we're doing is we're taking the excess material off. Okay. And we'll go down the side now if I can hold it in one place. Look at it. Okay, well, there we are. First stage done. It's absolutely essential at this point in time to remember to clean the brush, else you get hard brush which is no use anymore. Mind you, I have a friend who has brushes. I'll have to ask him a bit. Right, you need to make yourself these little sort of tools. They're very useful. And as you can see, it's made out of 2 bits of plywood, and it's got a beveled edge, and this is beveled and that's beveled, so when you get into it. So you can wrap a piece of 80 grade grit sandpaper around it, and then this is where you have a heart attack. You see? And we get a nice clean edge. as you can see now, we're starting to increase the strength of the whole structure. Luckily, my friend Pete has just about got enough to do this. You can stop for a minute. Now I'm going to start from the middle and work outwards again. So we have an overlap. Deal with the overlap the same way as we dealt with the overlap on the bottom bit when it's dry. To get a bit difficult to hold now, but we can overcome it. Sticky building board for the next 25 years. And of course the high-tech piece of kit now. wait for it to dry.